Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Today I'm meeting up with George with Humble Road. He's going to give us a tour of a garageable solo traveler stealth camper van.
Hello, Patrick. This is Mini Me number 5, solo traveler, and it is garageable. I've kept this low enough that you can fit it in a standard garage, but it's got all the features of our bigger vans. So let me take you on a little tour in here. So as you can see, we have a 70 by 27 inch single bed. This is a futon mattress, so it's custom made. It's all organic. It's made with organic wool and memory foam. These are custom made from the futon shop out in San Francisco. I'm going to start over here at the galley, which is our centerpiece. The galley's got a black laminate top, and it's got a very nice big deep sink, which everybody loves. I've got UV filtered water, and then of course your hot and cold water. I have a on-demand water heater. It's an electric water heater. You call that a hand wash water heater, 1800 watts. And this is one of the new features in our Mini Me's. I think the last 3 got this shelf. And one of the promises I've made to my Mini Me customers is no matter what advanced feature we put in these Mini Me's, if it wasn't available at the time of your build, I'll make sure it's backwards compatible so we can put it in your build. So the first 2 or 3 Mini Me's did not have this shelf. They can come on back and we'll put it in for them. And that's including our cup trees. You know, when you're really out in this Mini Me living full time for an extended period, you can put your toothpaste, your toothbrushes, that type of thing. We've got a lighted mirror that pulls out when you need it on an articulating arm. And of course, there's the Humble Road logo. We can't forget to check that out. We put in an extra cup tree over here, and we put a little succulent in it. And that could be your travel buddy. That's as far as it goes. It's still a solo traveler. We've got 2 drawers here. They're small. I cannot put a microwave in this Mini Me. If you wanted a microwave, you step up to the Mini Me, which is on the Mercedes Metris platform. But these are just big enough for a few utensils. You know, your clothing is going to go up here on the garment tray. The garment tray drops down, and you've got room in here for all your folded clothes. And we designed this in such a way that you still have access to the cubby that came with the Promaster City. And we've got a little seat belt that locks this thing in. So that's out of your way, and it's ventilated. I don't know if you noticed that. We put in a ventilated floor. It's pretty simple. Everyone loves it. Paper towel holder up here. We've got USB ports everywhere. We've got this arm for your iPad with a USB port right behind it, so you've got enough power to watch the Godfather trilogy. The bed articulates so you can read or watch your movie, and then back down for sleeping. Back to the galley. My build philosophy is accessibility. So this panel can pop off very easily if you want to change your filter cartridge for the UV water, or you need to get in here and do any type of work at all. It's that simple, and it goes right back in place. Additionally, these drawers will come out, and the drawer box that they're sitting in comes out with just 2 screws, and you have access to all the wiring and plumbing in this compartment. Down here, we've got these fixed ABS panels because we know you're going to be kicking, so you can't hurt them. This is walnut. This particular van is made with walnut. When you order a Mini Me, the customer has a choice of flooring, they have a choice of the wood species, they have a choice of these bed pads and covers, and also the fabrics. And I've come to realize the best way to approach that is to let the owner send me fabric choices rather than me trying to figure out what they like. It doesn't always work. Ceilings are padded vinyl, marine vinyl. They're wipeable, padded. There's a lot of insulation in the ceiling. There's a lot of insulation in the walls. It's just like our larger vans. We've got thin slate, 2 layers of thin slate. We've got Reflectix. This is a textured marine vinyl on the walls, which I love, and that comes in several colors. You can pick the vinyl as well. This comes with a cutting board. I would never use it. I'd leave it home. That's just me. Back here we've got our magnet fans, and these are USB. Like I said, we've got USB ports wherever you need them in the van, but you can move these little magneted fans. We modified an Amazon. You know, you can put it wherever you want it. At nighttime, magnets. You can't go wrong with magnets. Here is a moonshade. Now this moonshade is not necessarily going to sit here because this owner has an inflatable kayak. And that inflatable kayak goes into a semi-hard shell case. So we know it's going to fit here. I actually took 2 inches off the length of the bed so that we're sure that kayak box fits here. We've got L-track along here, which she can move out and lock in that kayak. And the moonshade can fit under the bed or up front. Over here we have our cooker cubby. This is an induction cooktop. A single burner induction cooktop. You didn't even see it there, did you? So you can put that right up here and cook with it. There's a plug right down along the side to plug in. There's another plug down at this end. There's also a DC plug we put in for this owner so she can fill up her kayak with the electric air pump. Now, I did not want to install this in the countertop because I want you to have the option of taking it outside. You can cook outside with this too. And then it slides right back in its little house, which is padded. And we actually recessed a little pocket. See, there's always a glass flange around these induction cookers so they can set in your countertop. And we don't want that to chip or break. So we've got a little slit in the bottom of this where that just locks right in. And then you just pop your wire back in and you're on your way. This is a nice wide alleyway. This is 15 inches, which is unheard of in a little van like this. Well, let me come out and show you the porta potty. I have since switched from the Dometic to the Trolino. I like this company. It's a German company. It's a very high quality product. It's very simple. And they call it a composting toilet, but I would not use it as a composter. It has a lid on the poop bucket there. What I would do is I would take one of the composting bags. These are compostable bags. And you would just use them per use. Maybe at 1, 2, 3 uses with hamster bedding and just bag it and throw it away. This is your urine container. And they've also got a lid down there that's recessed in so that you can seal this up and take it and dump it somewhere. But yeah, I think that the wave in RV toilets is going towards bagging and getting rid of it. And this company gives you a pair of poopy socks with every toilet. So this is a nice, really nice little toilet. If you want to use this in the middle of the night, you'd pull it out and bring it down to Central Park. Central Park is the large open area in the city. Get it? Promaster City, Central Park. Very clever. And look at the tolerances. You know, we really maximize our tolerances. The alleyway, you can get in this aisle from the back of the van or from the side door here. Wide open. If you come around this side, I can show you Command Central. This is where everything happens in the van. This is a switch panel, and it's got a fuzzy logic to it. So this light switch is that side of the van. This light switch is this side of the van. And then this is a night light. If you look down there, there's a little red light. This is what you would leave on all night, and you keep your night vision. Fourth one is the water pump. Fifth one is our shelf light up above, which is beautiful. And there's a spare. I always leave one spare. This is the Xantrex 3000 watt inverter, the XC Pro 3000. This is the remote panel for that. You'd run this inverter to power your induction cooktop. You'd run this inverter to make your hot water. We have GFCI protected outlets on both ends of the coach. Here's another USB port. This is a water gauge. We have 14 gallons of fresh water on board, and we have a 6-gallon gray tank. And this is an extremely accurate gauge. And then this is the gauge for the Lithionics 320 amp lithium battery remote. This has a very good app. Lithionics has a nice app on your phone. Xantrex has a nice app for your phone. Victron has a nice app on your phone for our solar and our DC charging. I'll show you that over in physical plant in a minute. I have done something different in this van. I did it in the Metris, and I'm doing it now in all my little vans. We are filling our freshwater tank not by running a 50-foot hose somewhere, because my clients told me they don't do that. They're buying jug water. So what I did is you put this little Acura, turn the valve open, you'd put this end of the hose in your jug, whether it's 1 gallon, 2 gallon, 3, 5 gallon, then you hold this button and it sucks the water into the freshwater tank. I've got 2 water pumps on board. The first one, with a momentary contact switch, pulls the water in at 2 gallons per minute. The other pump, obviously, is for the sink water. And then you just shut this off. There's always a dribble that comes out of these faucets, always. So you have to be prepared for that. That's why the paper towels are right up above your head. And let's go right back to the drawer. Another USB outlet over here. This is the on-off for your battery. That shuts the whole system down. These are your fuses and AC breakers. Right here, we put in a set of D-rings because what you'll notice, there's no passenger seat in this van. The owner opted to remove the passenger seat, so her 12-volt refrigerator or freezer by Dometic, you can put this anywhere you want. But with these D-rings, we figure that she's going to lash it down here when traveling. And then her dog can sleep up here in his bed. We took advantage of the footwells in this passenger seat area. These are pretty big storage areas, and we sealed them off in there so nothing's going to slip or slide or get lost. Pretty cool. That's really good storage. In a van of this size, it's a game changer. And as one person commented, you could put a little sleeping bag and a bedroll here and have a second person come in and sleep with you. They can't travel with you, but you could do that. But I will stress the fact that it's a solo traveler. So this is a really nice little fridge or freezer. You have the option one way or the other. And this thing just sips power. It's incredible. With the 320 amp lithium battery, you can run this thing forever. We got solar on the roof. I've got 300 watts of solar on the roof of this van. Let me take you around to physical plant. Physical plant is generally the same in every van. Here's our 320 amp lithium battery with another on-off switch. I've got a Victron Orion charger. So when you're driving the van, you get 30 amps of charging. And then we've got a solar controller also from Victron. So these guys are on the app on your phone. This is your main shutoff for the solar, and then this is the second shutoff for the solar. This takes the positive and the negative and disconnects. And this one just disconnects the positive off of this. These are our shutoffs. This one is for the battery. This one is for the inverter. Then I've got a house breaker and a charger. This one's the DC house, 40 amp DC house, and a 40 amp breaker for that charger. Now that charger's got a 40 amp breaker at the battery, and then it comes down to this unit. After this unit, it goes to the breaker, then it goes to the bus bar. And everything is accessible through the top. There's your Xantrex inverter. It's a nice tidy package. This is a voltage regulator for the Max Air fan. I put this in every van that's got a Max Air fan, gets a voltage regulator, so we don't have that problem of the motherboard crapping out. And I'm a big proponent of the Wago connectors. I can make little distribution panels anywhere I need them. And I've got ventilated bedboards all the way down the line, pre-finished maple, and we ventilate the bottom, and of course we edge band, so it looks nice. And that just goes right down. On the other side, oh, I've got shore power as well, 30 amps of shore power charging, smart plug. So you got 3 ways to charge this van. Shore power while you're driving, and solar up on the roof. This is a Humble Road exclusive. I do everything with 80/20. That's how I start every build. This little guy here is an extender for the moonshade. Now that moonshade, when you put it up against this van horizontally, it comes all the way out to here, from the rear of the van to here. But you don't want to leave your roof rack hanging out that far. It looks like you're jousting or doing a mid-air gas up. So I made this little sliding extender on my 80/20 roof rack, and it's been tuned. That's where it needs to be for that moonshade to click in place. Moonshade's got carabiners that fit right on the D-rings, and you just put the legs out, and it's wonderful. You should see how nice this looks with that moonshade up. It just adds a whole nother area to live in. The storage underneath the bed. Right here, we've got 2 areas. These are collapsible bins that come with the van. That's right, they come with the van. You bring these in the house, fill them with your clothing or whatever you need to bring them out to the van, put them underneath the bed, and you're ready to fly off. And one of them, this one here is a little deeper. So you can grab another smaller basket and stick it back there. So Patrick, I want to thank you for another opportunity to show one of my creations, my van builds. You know, I reinvented myself a few years ago from advertising photographer. Now I'm a van builder, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So the Mini Me, this is the Promaster City chassis. These Mini Me's, as you see them, are $38,000 to build. That does not include the vehicle. These vehicles, brand new, go anywhere from $34,000 to $37,000 in today's market. So you're in the high 70s. All in, but that's as you see it here. I don't do any partial builds. I don't do any basic builds. This is what you get. You get everything for that price. And they generally, once I begin a Mini Me build, it takes 12 to 14 weeks to complete. That doesn't mean that when you order and bring your vehicle here, 14 weeks later you have a van. There's a line. I've got 9 vans here that I'm building, so you get in the queue. It's best to get in the queue, get your van here, and then once you're next in the lineup, we start to build. Then the 14-week clock starts. So you can check out my YouTube channel, Humble Road, on YouTube. You can go to my website, humbleroad.tv, as in television. There's a page for the Mini Me. There's a page for the Midi Me, which is slightly larger. And yes, a Maxi Me is coming. I finally got one coming in. So I've got 3 of these Mini in series for each size, person, or stuff you want. And then, of course, the large custom builds. That's all on humbleroad.tv. You'll have all your questions. You can always email me if you have further questions.
George, always a pleasure to have you on the channel. Thank you for giving us a tour of the Mini Me. Now, I like this van because there are a lot of people that live in HOAs, and some camper vans are not HOA friendly. So then you got to pay for off-site storage. Right. Something like this, they could just slip right into their garage. Yes. No one's going to say anything about it. You could even take this into most parking garages. For sure. Which is very limited. Say someone wants to go into the city or Atlantic City for the day. Yeah. They're quite limited on parking with a full-size camper van. So yes. I like the idea of this. And I can see maybe someone even use this as a daily driver. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Fuel economy, drivability, what's that like? The way this is loaded up now with your house on the back, you're about 24 miles to a gallon of gas on the highway. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. I purchased one of these vehicles several years ago, and I use it as my daily driver to make sure it was going to be appropriate for this project. I drove it empty. It was a cargo, I used it as a little mule. Once I built it out, though, the ride improved. I couldn't get over how nice the ride was with that added weight in the back. They're fun little vehicles. The big advantage for most is the ease of driving. Solo traveler, believe it or not, it's 100% women, retired women who want to travel alone that are buying these Mini Me's. They fit in the garage, they're easy to handle. Same thing with the Midi Me, the Metris. Mercedes Metris will fit in your garage the way we build it. I'll make sure I leave links in the description so they could go check out your channel, your social media, and your website. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us.